Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and on this channel I talk about life, personal development, and relationships. If you're into developing yourself, you're in the right place to grow at your own pace. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 different things that you can do to help you get out of a rut. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Alright, let's get into it. So I'm gonna be so candid and honest with you all here. For the past month, y'all, I've been in a rut. I've had a hard time feeling motivated or inspired to do anything. It's like the version of me a couple months back that I used to wake up at 5:30, go for morning walks, work on her YouTube channel, and just literally felt like her life was put together. That side disappeared. It felt like one day I was super productive, and then all of a sudden I was on my couch just chilling, doing nothing, and the cycle started to repeat itself over and over, and it felt like I was starting to lose a part of myself. So I don't know if you're in a rut right now, but some of the common signs and things that I felt was constant fatigue, lack of motivation, lack of inspiration, just being clouded with negative thoughts day in and day out. So first question for you, what are some signs that you demonstrate when you're going through a rut? I think it's first important for you to be aware of those signs so that one, you can acknowledge when a rut is happening or when you're in one. The first thing you can do to help you get out of a rut is to monitor your thoughts. If you're someone who is a positive thinker like myself, you'll notice that once you get into a rut, your mind is literally attacked by negative thoughts. You go from seeing the glass half full to literally just being in this negative cycle of just seeing life as, what's the point of all of this? You mean to tell me that we just wake up, go to work, raise our family, and then come home, watch TV, and then that's it? And that thought can spiral into a space where you end up not wanting to do anything or getting out of bed. And if it starts out really small, like a thought may come into your head and it start out small and you feed into it the first day and it's nothing the second day, but then over time it starts to encompass you and just overpower you to the point where you start to believe your thoughts. I just want to stress that one, you are not your thoughts. Your thought is its own thing. Learn to observe it, monitor it, label it, and then toss it out. If the thought is not serving you, don't allow it to consume you and define who you are. So start by being mindful of your thought patterns and where it goes. Because as we all know the saying, what you focus on grows. So if you focus on those negative thoughts and that's what you constantly are feeding yourself, eventually the cycle will never end. And research tells us that on average, we humans think about 70,000 thoughts in a day. In a single day, imagine thinking that much thoughts. That's a lot. So one of the key things you need to really ask your thoughts is this. One, is this thought true? Because not every thought is true. Sometimes you just think random things in your head and they're not all true, so don't believe everything that you think. And then 2, does this thought serve me? If this thought does not serve you, if it's not adding any value to you, observe it, label it, and toss it. So I would say the first thing to do is to monitor your thoughts, because that's the first thing that comes under attack. And once your thought is gone, your behavior and your action follows through. An action you can take to monitor your thoughts is mindful journaling. I'm a huge advocate of journaling. I literally have tons of journal just laying in the house because I love to write my thoughts, express how I feel. So with mindful journaling, I'm going to give you 2 things that you can do that I'm currently doing that helps me out, and I hope this helps you too. The first is to, one, at the end of the day in your journal, ask yourself this question: what is the highlight of my day? And you can write out 3 different things that brought you joy, happiness, or just contentment during that day. And this don't have to be big things. This can be simple as, oh, I really enjoy my morning tea. I'm a tea person, not a coffee person, so I really enjoy my morning tea. The next thing could be, oh, I watched this video today and it made me laugh. Or it could be, I talked to a friend today. Simple things like that. And it could be also big events as well. But the beauty in doing this is that it allows you to focus your energy back to appreciating the mundane things, because you start to realize that there's not much going on in life, if we're being honest. But in order to truly love life and be a lover of life and be happy with where you're at and who you are, you have to learn how to enjoy the everyday simple things. And by writing down the highlight of your day, or even just talking to yourself about it or someone else about it, you're able to call out in that 24 hours time something that made you smile, something that made you happy, something that brought you joy, and so forth. This is similar to the gratitude exercise that we all know about, but I like to focus on just the highlight of the day, so I'm able to kind of see like, oh, this is what made me happy today. And once you start doing this on a weekly basis, or even just try for 7 days, you'll start to pull out different things that's bringing you joy, and that rechannels your brain to focus on positive things. And little by little, you find yourself moving into this more of a positive state rather than a negative state. The second thing I would encourage you to do for mindful journaling is this idea about doing a mental health check-in at the end of the day. And this is really asking yourself, on a scale from 1 to 10, how was your day? You know, when you talk to your friends on the phone, you ask them like, hey girl, how was your day? You know, so this is the time for you to do your own mental check-in and ask yourself, hey Sarah, or insert your name, how was your day? And 10 being like, oh, this day was ecstatic, it was fun, it was awesome. 1 being like, it was super awful, not the best day ever. So, and then give yourself a rating, but it's very important that you define the emotion that you felt during the day. So for example, if you were to rate today to say like it was an 8, why was it an 8? For me, for example, I would say my day was an 8 because I felt inspired. I'm creating a YouTube video and I'm getting back into momentum to do things that brings me joy and happiness. So that's an example of how you will rate your day. Like I said, the key aspect of doing this exercise is for you to monitor your thoughts and to really take your negative thoughts back into this positive thought process. You can't force positive thoughts to come. I truly understand and accept that, but you can influence your thoughts by the actions and things that you do and what you choose to focus on. The second thing you can do to get out of a rut is to realize that there's a season for everything. When we find ourselves in a rut, we long for those days where we were super productive, the best version of ourselves. But understand there's a season for everything. There's a season for you to be productive, there's a season for you to rest, and there's a season where you're in a rut and you just don't feel like doing anything. But know that every season is temporary, nothing lasts forever. And like I can always say, when life is happening, it's happening for you. It's not happening to you. So when you're in a rut, you really want to take a step back and say, okay, what are some of the lessons I'm learning about myself in this season? Because life is all about the different lessons and things that we're learning. So see this time as an opportunity where life is presenting you with a blank canvas to dream a new dream, to create a new reality. You get a fresh start to do anything that you want to do. An action you can take here is by creating intrinsic goals. You want to create intrinsic goals to focus on your internal state and have this goal be something that is valuable and important to you. You kind of want to stay away from intrinsic goals because one, you really don't have the motivation or the inspiration to do anything that requires a lot of effort and work. So you want to do more with the internal work, because once your internal state starts to improve, your external state too will improve nonetheless. So I start by creating intrinsic goals by asking myself this question: who do I want to become in this season, or how would I like to grow in this season? For example, some of those things that for me right now I said is, I want to be someone who has mental clarity. I want to be someone who really takes care of her health holistically, because for me it's important for me to have energy and stamina throughout the day. I want to be someone who has a deeper relationship with God. So you define your own intrinsic goals that's going to inspire you and give you a renewed purpose. Yours don't have to be like mine, it could be completely different. So take a second, write out even if it's just 3 goals to kind of get you started. And right now I already told you mine, so might as well drop in the comments yours. You know, sharing is caring. So now that you have those goals, I would then say take a few minutes to brainstorm the itty bitty smallest steps that you can take towards reaching those goals. Right now we really just want to focus on the smallest minimum effort steps you can take. You don't want to do anything that's gonna overwhelm you or feel like a lot of work, because you're just not gonna do it. But if it's something that doesn't require much time, let's say 5 minutes, you're more inspired and motivated to do something. We all can do something for 5 minutes, right? It's just 5 minutes. And slowly but surely, when you start doing something for 5 minutes, the secret is that you'll build momentum and not want to stop. So the hardest part right now when you're in a rut is actually starting. So when you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna just do this itty bitty thing for about 5 minutes, and when you start doing it, you have the momentum to keep going. So the importance of setting these goals is that it allows you to get 1% better than you were yesterday, and it helps create the momentum that you need to move forward. And like I've mentioned, you want to start itty bitty, the smallest minimum effort that is required. So if it's only 5 minutes, start there. Because if you start to overwhelm yourself by saying you're going to do this and you're going to do that for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, honey, you and I both don't have the motivation. So where is that going to come from? Where is the inspiration going to come from? So start off small, and those small baby steps over time will help you, one, create a new dream, a new reality, and help you create a new version of yourself that you can say, oh my gosh, I'm doing those things that I'm enjoying, you know? So it's less focused on getting out of a rut and more focused on becoming 1% better every day. The third thing you can do to help you get out of a rut is to truly take it one day at a time and one step at a time. You didn't just get into a rut like that. It took you one day at a time to get into a rut, so it's gonna also take you one day at a time to get out of a rut. So be patient with yourself. You already are doing your mindful journaling. You already have intrinsic goals that you have established with key small steps that you're gonna take gradually every day to help you just become 1% better. So now it's really just telling yourself one day at a time, one step at a time, and allowing yourself to keep the momentum. And honestly, in this space, if you find yourself tired and just like hopeless and just fatigued, give yourself permission to take a break. You are not building Rome, okay? It's okay. Everything will be okay. And if all you can do is 5 minutes right now, 10 minutes later, then do that. The goal is at the end of the day, you are able to make one small step forward, one day at a time. For me, what this looks like in my day-to-day is, for example, I haven't meal prepped for the past couple of weeks too because of this rut, but I actually had the opportunity to go to the grocery store, and I told myself, you know what, I'm not even gonna worry about meal prepping right now. what I need to focus my energy on is just getting groceries. So let's forget about those future tasks that future me is going to do. Right now, let's just get groceries and then come back. And then, oh, the next day, Sunday, oh, you know what? Maybe I can cut the cantaloupe that's on my counter today. As I started cutting out the cantaloupe, I got inspired to want to meal prep. So like, well, I'm sharing this with you to let you know that everything won't just pile back on you, but it's the small actions that you take will give you the momentum to continue to do the other actions. So be patient with yourself, but most importantly, I cannot stress this enough. You have to literally stand up and do something. You have to stand up and do something. You can't just allow yourself to lay in bed and just wobble and say, oh, it's me. No one is going to come to save you. So this is your PSA announcement to get out of your bed and do the smallest thing to help yourself get out of a rut. So with that, here are some little small steps you can take to help you get out of a rut. And these are just inspirations, take it or leave it. But you can do a 5-minute walk to get you started. You can do 5-minute stretches. You can do morning pages journaling or night pages journaling. Like I mentioned earlier, you can do the highlight of your day, mental health check-in journaling. You can do gratitudes. You can even encourage yourself to say, okay, maybe I'm gonna call a friend and have a 10-minute conversation with them today. And one of the key things that helps is changing your diet. And because the food that we eat can fuel us or deplete us from our energy, so when you're in this space, like take a week or two to just change your diet to food that will actually fuel you and restore your energy, because sometimes that's what it is. And also, this is a great time and opportunity for you to start something completely new. So just brainstorm different activities that you may be interested in and start it. You know, like I said, you don't have to now do everything full force, but what is the minimum effort required for you to get started? And that is exactly what you want to do. So I hope you found this video to be helpful, and sis, know that you're not alone on this journey. Like I said, I've been in a rut. That's why I've been MIA, not on here. But I hope this video inspires you to take your itty bitty next step to help you get out of a rut. So question of the day. You didn't think I was gonna forget? Of course I'm gonna ask you this. What is the itty bitty smallest step you're gonna take to help you get out of a rut? Drop it in the comments so that we can hold each other accountable to becoming 1% better. You got this, girl. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you all next week. Bye.